This is the 203rd episode of CloudFocus Weekly for the first week of January 2015. This episode is titled Seasonal Predictions. CloudFocus Weekly is brought to you by Clone This User. Clone an existing Salesforce user with a click of a button via the desktop and made for Salesforce One Mobile. Available for free on the App Exchange, or just easily go to www.clonethisuser.com. I'm your host, Jason Atwood, and joining me for the first time in 2015, rounding past the 200 episodes, closer and closer to the mythical 250 or 300, Justin Edelstein.
The number's 250.
That's the big number.
It's a biggie. It's a big one.
Yeah, well, we'll see if we
do something.
We'll
for
see if we make it. I mean, I
think we can get.
We're right on track. Right around December is when we hit it. In theory,
In theory,
I think we didn't do as many podcasts last year as we did the year before. We tried to do one a week, but I feel like there's like.
Well, we know that.
I mean, someone got married last
50
year.
50 is unrealistic. I think
40 is the number.
A realistic goal is 40 to 45.
That's a realistic goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if I look at the episodes for last year, there were 39.
Yeah. So 40.
We started on the 1st. We started on the 16th, so we're a little bit ahead of ourselves, and we went all the way up to the 19th.
Right.
So yeah, 40 for the year.
We usually catch up a little bit around Dreamforce time, where
Right.
we get to load in a few at a time.
But yeah, there's occasional slippage.
Listen, life gets in the way sometimes, and podcasts are one of those things.
But this
that
is
have
the
to,
year,
you know,
and until
go
it
away.
happens, I'm gonna throw it out there.
What?
This is the year we do something special with the podcast.
Such as?
I'm not gonna say until we actually get it running. Until we get it running and up in something that someone can actually see, I'm not gonna talk about.
Such as?
Still not gonna talk
such
about
as the Iraq?
Such as the Iraq. All right, if you have not seen that video, search for, what is it like?
Just search for
South Carolina. No, South Carolina. Miss South Carolina speech or
something like that.
Yeah,
stupid,
such as the Iraq.
Stupid. Well, isn't that like the word that would get it? Stupid.
No, maybe I wouldn't use the word stupid. I might
that
use
would actually get
more
the
PC.
word.
This podcast, by the way, is still PC. Just saying.
But we recorded on a Mac.
Very nice. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome back
nice,
to you.
It's nice to see you. Like, I haven't seen you for like the last 5 days in a row straight.
know.
Actually, that's not true. We took a little break from each other.
We did.
It was nice.
It was so nice.
Much needed.
Oh my god, I didn't see you for like 2 weeks in a row. It was so good.
Was it really?
I feel like it was at least 10 days. And man,
Yes. So how were your holidays? What did you do? How was your New Year's?
So I spent the Christmas week, I spent in the sunny Bahamas.
Nice. Where specifically?
At Sandals
He
Resort.
asked knowingly.
He did. It was lovely. The wife and I.
The
spent
Sandals
some time at
Resort.
Sandals,
Is
the
that one of
Sandals
those
Resort.
swingers places?
It is not a swingers place.
Oh, okay. It's just
No,
like a.
it
But there's
is
no kids
not
allowed
for that lifestyle. Although maybe, I don't know. Not that I'm aware
But
of.
there's no kids allowed.
There are no kids. It
Like,
is
what's the oldest
adults.
you can? Like, is it 16 or 18?
I saw some people that I thought were probably in their low 20s.
Okay.
Like maybe 21, 22, 23.
Okay.
Didn't see anybody that struck me as a teenager.
So was it like a party place? Like, was it
It's,
like whoop 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 whoop? Like,
Dude,
let's go to the bar.
No, well, yeah, because it's all inclusive. So the
Lot of
bar is
drunken-
inclusive.
a lot of drunkenness.
Yeah, so they have a lot of bars all over the property. They have 8 restaurants all over the property, and one of the bars is open really late, like really late.
Like, what's really late? Like, we live in New York City.
I think they said like 7 a.m.
Oh, okay. So
like
it's literally
really
like,
late. It's
and then you just go right there to like mimosas if you want at the breakfast.
and then the breakfast opens. Yeah, if you really are crazy about it, but they don't even that place doesn't even open until later. There's some places that are open for breakfast, some lunch,
Right.
some dinner, some everything.
Oh, so 8 restaurants, but only
They're
so
not all
many of
open
them.
at the same time. Yeah, and I think there were like 3 or 4 pools. They had an island half a mile off of the resort that was theirs that's part of the resort, so you can take a little boat over to the island and
Cool.
hang out there for the day or for an hour if you want. It was very nice, very relaxing. You don't have to really think about anything. That's what I like, because I like to go on vacations where I don't have to be at a certain spot at a certain time, and I don't have to
You're
think
not
or plan.
go look at the ruins type of vacation.
Don't care. I just want to sit on a rock on a beach.
I would maybe
stare
want a chair.
at the ocean. Whatever.
But
rock,
interesting
chair.
enough, you said that, but then you told me that you got bored by the last day.
Yeah, because it was
There's too much rock sitting.
I didn't get bored of the day. I got bored at night.
Oh.
Because there's only like...
With your new wife?
Well, they're
only married for 6 months? Is that what it is?
didn't come out very well. Good thing she doesn't listen to this.
She's getting forwarded to this
Nah.
podcast today.
What it
This
is,
podcast
there's
brought to you by
only-
marriage counseling.
There's only so many like bars that are actually open at night, because a lot of the bars, quote unquote bars, are like swim up bars at the pool, or and those are not open, and like so like there's only like one or two places to go and hang out at night. That's what I kind of meant by it. It was like monotonous, like the same thing every night. You go into like imagine going to the same bar every night. It's like, oh, this is like
That's
the
true.
same
That's
bar.
true. I could see that.
And it
But
was-
can't you like grab drinks and go sit on your porch and look out at the ocean?
Absolutely, sure. And we did.
That's what those people who've been married for 11 years. That's what we do.
Well, we did that too. We
Yeah.
grabbed some drinks. We hung out outside. We had a balcony.
Yeah.
Some days we didn't go for breakfast. We had breakfast.
Brought
To us. And
Nice.
ate out on the balcony. It was very relaxing.
So that sounds really nice.
It is really nice. I recommend the all-inclusive sandals. What I will say, this is the second sandals I've been to. They also have, the same company has a similar resort called Beaches, which is for families.
Oh, okay.
So there's sandals and there's beaches.
Oh, so maybe I should try
So
beaches.
if you had a kid,
I
like
do.
you do,
Yeah.
you might prefer the Beaches resort as opposed to sandals. I think of it as a stationary cruise. It's a cruise that's not moving, and you're just kind of in that.
I wonder
same
if the
place.
cruise industry says we're like sandals but on a boat.
They should, because that's basically what it is. And I've been on more cruises than I've been to sandals, but I've been
But
to
cruises
sandals.
are very, but cruises are very like action packed. Like come to the Lido deck and play bingo
if you
and-
want. They have these
Yeah.
activities at sandals as well,
Okay.
all throughout the day. There's pool tables, there's ping pong tables, there's dartboards.
But are they doing
we
like
did all
they
that
rah-rahing it, like walking around and be like,
They had
hey
some,
dude,
they
we're
had
gonna be
some
playing
rah-rah stuff like while we were there. Again, like a cruise is very self-contained, right? It's 5 days, it's 7 days, it's 10 days. So
Right.
they've got you for those 5 days, 7
Right.
days, 10 days, and they plan it out.
Right.
This is a rolling set of people coming in and out every day. We
Right.
just happen to be there for a stretch of 5 days. So they're kind of having to repeat a lot of stuff over and over again.
Makes sense.
They did like, belly flop contests in the pool and all that stupid stuff.
Okay, so they did do the stupid
Yeah,
stuff.
they do the stupid stuff too. We
All
played
right.
some ping pong. We played
Yeah.
checkers one night. We were sitting there
And
playing
you're saying,
checkers.
so you're saying you got bored on the
Well, we love ping pong, my wife and I. We
Okay.
love playing ping pong. We just play for like an hour.
Nice.
I should have brought my racket.
Yeah, you should have. You
I
actually
didn't,
have a
or
nice
my
racket.
paddle,
Yeah, your
whatever
paddle.
it's called.
I don't think my wife and I could play ping pong very much because we're both so super competitive. And while she thinks that she's better at ping pong than I am, she's not.
You see, that's the fun part.
And I crush her.
We're also both very super competitive, but I happen to be really good at ping pong.
Yeah.
And she's also very good at ping pong, but she knows she's not even close to as good at ping pong as I am. So she knows that we can play and I can beat her like 21-5 if I want to.
Right.
Or we can play and it could be 21-18.
Okay. I see. So it's not like when we play Madden and I crush you.
No,
it's
it's
not like that. All right.
No.
All right, let's move on.
Well, why don't you tell us about what you did? Because
I did
just spilled the beans.
Yeah, you did. I took
Well, that wasn't my New Year's. That was just
I don't know. Your New Year's was
My New Year's was
unmentionable.
rather boring.
Yes. I mean, you live in New York. We do like all New Yorkers do. We go to our apartment and
We went to Times Square, of course.
lock the door and never
Here in Times Square right now.
Yes. We didn't even come to the office anywhere near it. We made that
No.
mistake many years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
oh my goodness.
I've come close to
People
being here.
everywhere.
I've been near Times Square at like 6 p.m. on the day of.
What is wrong with you?
I know. Well, I had to get home. Like I went and saw a play, and I had to get home, like because that's the way to get home from where I live. And so it was scary though. I mean, they were shutting down streets.
We did take the subway, but we were in the city the night of New Year's or New Year's Eve.
That's what it's called.
But we stayed on the east side.
Right, you didn't go anywhere near the Insanity.
No.
Anyway, my New Year's was whatever. But for the holidays, I went up to Massachusetts to visit family, and that was kind of fun. Like really, like drove all the way up, a day and a half there, drove all the way back. But then the wife and I took a little.
Took you a day and a half to get there?
No, we were only there for a day and a half. Then we took a little trip to Miami. So we did some it's kind of a yearly trip. We go down to Miami for a vacation.
Right.
We're both sports fans. So we go down and see a local sporting team down in Miami play a local New York team. You guys can do the math on that one. And it's fun. We stay down South Beach. We stayed. I think we did the math. Like we've done this for like almost 15 years now, and we stayed in so many different hotels. And this time I think we found a dud. We found one we don't like. So the Dream Hotel on 11th and Collins. Sorry, don't go.
Not getting a high review.
No, you know what it is. There's a price amenity mix.
Sure.
And the same hotel for $200 a night less, and that would not have chopped their price in half, would have been okay.
I see.
Yeah. But like where they were and what they were charging, you're like, yeah, you're not at the level.
They were charging for location. Because 11th and Collins is like right in the mix.
But they were trying to charge for amenity, because they had some of them, but they didn't really have them done well. So it's like one of those places that like, oh, we have all these amenities, but when you actually dig into the amenities, they're like, they're not there.
So you like to stay down there. When I go to South Beach, I stay a little north.
6 blocks north.
Yeah, but there's a big difference.
There is. Well, we spend half our time.
Those 7-8 blocks are.
I mean, Lincoln really is the big difference.
Well, Lincoln, and then
the size
where
of the
you are
yeah.
in relation to Ocean Drive.
I mean, South Beach, Ocean Drive, and kind of the fun of Ocean Drive and the restaurants and the stuff like that. I really like that. We love the News Cafe, which is on 8th and Ocean Drive. It's kind of our little place to go. I mean, again, everybody goes there. It's very well known. It's a semi-tourist trap. We actually only ended up going there once, which is unusual because we usually end up going there about 4 or 5 times. Because they're just not as, like, there's a lot of places in South Beach, it's, as you walk by, they're like, come in, have fun.
Sure.
It's annoying.
I prefer to just walk on Lincoln and eat there outside.
Lincoln's good. There's only a couple good restaurants up there, though. There's not a ton.
I find that there are quite a few.
Yeah, we had a couple duds there too.
Duds?
It's too touristy. They're totally trying to trap. I mean, we went into a place we sat and waited for 45 minutes for
I just like the atmosphere of the whole like outdoor situation.
You get that on Ocean Drive too. You sit outside and you then watch the people and have nice drinks.
I just like the way it's a thoroughfare.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I just like that.
Anyway, so that's what I did. So we did 4 nights down in Miami. It was good. Had a good time. All right. Well, why don't we talk? Okay, that's it. That's it for this week.
Talked about the cloud. Let's move on to our personal lives.
There were clouds in Miami. It did not rain.
There were clouds in the Bahamas too.
I went for a nice run down on. That's the nice thing about being down there in December is it's 80.
Yeah, it's
and in
good
the morning it's
weather.
75.
Better than like -4.
-4 is not fun.
So that's what we're dealing with right now in New York. Snow on the ground.
Yes.
Oof.
Yes. You know what? Everybody gets all crazy about winter. I don't really care. Like winter to me is
winter does disrupt my running schedule.
Yeah, but it's just a season. It'll be over, and then it'll get warmer, and then it gets hot, and then we'll be sick of the hot, and then we want it to get cool, and you just always are looking forward to the next thing. So, all right. So we did that. Let's talk about. We have some big stuff to talk about next time. We have Spring 15, which you've written a blog post already up on blog.arkusinc.com. CES is sort of happening now. I've been reading about it. I've seen a couple things I'm kind of interested. I think we should do a little homework. So I'm giving you some homework now.
I will do like I did in high school and not do my homework.
Okay, then. For those of you who've hired Justin to help you out in your...
I'll pretend that this is high school and right. Tell you I did my homework.
All right.
And then cheat off you during the test.
Excellent. Arkus, a place where cheating off your test is appropriate.
Totally acceptable.
So we'll do CES and we'll do Spring 15 next time.
Okay.
But this time we have some actually catch up. We have two blog posts we can talk about. One's kind of very good for now. I mean, and then one I wrote. So let's talk about the first one first. We have the new Trailhead.
Right.
Which makes me, every time I see it, I want to say Trailhead.
Right.
But it's not. New Trailhead. So tell me what
Trailhead.
the new... Oh, it's...
I'm just making
okay,
that up.
please.
Sorry. I was messing with you.
So what is Trailhead?
So it's a training tool that Salesforce has officially put out and put on their developer website. And it's a way for, I think it's a nice entryway, nice trail,
right,
to go down and allow you to get started with the platform. So get started with declarative application development. And the idea, I think, is that this is like taking someone who's maybe like a non-technical, got thrown into the mix as a system administrator and walk them down the path of becoming, a Salesforce developer.
Right.
And I
or
do that
configuration.
with air quotes, developer,
right.
Because there's, the declarative developer and then there's the coding developer. And I think for now, this is really geared towards doing more declarative development stuff as opposed to programmatic. Even though I think it has some bits and pieces for programming as well.
It's a sign in.
It's very new.
You sign in with your Salesforce username and password. What's interesting about it is it's not just, I mean, there's a lot of information in obviously developer, and have been forever. But it's kind of like they have modules and they have like, do this, now go do it. So it's really like, it really is much more learning management than it was just sort of reading through, sort of workbooks. I mean, I have a stack of these workbooks over to the left of me here, literally stacks of workbooks.
Salesforce for Dummies.
Well, we do have Salesforce for Dummies. I don't reference that very often, I will say. But the workbooks there, like you go through them, you open them up. This is sort of taking the workbook, but making it more interactive, making it have video, making it have, you connect it up to your developer account. It's, it tells you how long you're going. So, it's much more thought-provocative and kind of path-driven learning, which is nice. I mean, again, it's sort of, handing someone a workbook and saying, do it, versus going through these modules and clicking on the little video and starting, and they call them challenges, like start your challenge, as opposed to do the workbook.
Yeah.
So it's actually at developer.salesforce.com/trailhead. And
I wonder where they got Trailhead from. I get trail. I don't really get head.
Yeah.
I don't really get it.
I don't know.
Trailhead. You're heading down the path. You're heading down the trail.
I mean, it's still got all the stuff that, that you would think about. It does feel like the workbook when you start reading it. But again, it's more gamification. There's points. You get 100 points.
It's early times.
Right. So
it'll get better.
I think it's pretty good. So we can read on it on this.
I'm going to learn how to write unit tests with it.
Nice.
I don't know.
That's up on blog.arkusinc.com. Now, I will say we have made one small change to the blog, so you all rush over and look, that Justin and I debated the other day. We have now exposed the author.
Did we really debate this? Because I don't remember this really being a debate.
Well, we debated it, and then we turned it on, and then we realized why it hadn't been turned on, but then we left it on.
We did.
Anyway, our web CMS, content management system, allows you to expose the author at the top. So now there's no more by the person who did this, by the person this, because this actually...
You'll see their name.
You'll see their name. So maybe we should actually start talking about who wrote them.
Yeah. And you can even click on their name if you really want to.
Like you find, like in the next one, we'll talk about the next part, the next blog post, you can see it's by me, and it tells you when it was published, and you click on my name, and you'll get to my little author page, where it'll give you a bunch of stuff, all the sort of stuff that I've, published. Some of it's actually like literally like pictures and things, which is not so great. We got to figure that out. But you can actually go see. You'll very quickly see that I'm the person who publishes the podcast. You'll see that I'm the person who publishes a lot of stuff on the internet or the internet site. So anyway,
what is this internet?
The internet site. So
GeoCities?
Next up on blog.arkusinc.com is the annual. Fifth year in a row.
Very annual.
Cloud computing predictions for 2015.
Crazy how this lines up every year for you.
Published by Jason Atwood on January 1st at 5:55 p.m.
Modified at 5:57 p.m. What did you do? Why did you change it?
I don't
2
know.
minutes later.
I changed something. So anyway, you can now read that. See all about
for the
it.
5th year in a row, you're throwing down some crazy predictions.
Some crazy predictions, yeah.
Why don't we go through these?
Yeah, I do like to always talk about my predictions from the year before. And the one that I'm kind of excited about is too excited about. I predicted that the iWatch wouldn't come out in 2014. I think that
what was your confidence level?
8.
You're pretty confident.
That was pretty good. And I was predicted that Salesforce rebranded.
Ooh, what was your confidence level on that?
That was a 4.
And that happened.
That happened. They did rebrand.
They did.
So I said they would go more. I think they said more force, and they've kind of gone away from .com.
Less force.
But here's what I said. This was 2000, a year ago. It's been a long time since CRM was the only product offering of Salesforce, and the .com era has come and gone twice. This year, Salesforce will do a corporate rebrand from top to bottom, dropping both sales and .com to just become Force. Okay, I was a little bit out there on the side.
Missed that one.
May it be with all of us. Yeah. Anyway, so that was 2014. They also talked about Google buying Evernote, and I always kind of I basically throw in a big, like, someone buys someone. So let's talk about the ones for 2015.
All right.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's do them all.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do them all.
All right. So first one.
To start, or
yeah, go ahead.
So your first one was called Facebooked.
Yep.
Predicting the decline of something is just a matter of timing, but you think the time has come for Facebook to start to slide. Too much ads, too many side projects like Facebook for Business seem like a desperate play, kind of like Google for Pets. Was that real?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just me
Expect
making a joke.
to see the writing on the wall, pun intended, I imagine, by the end of the year. Confidence 7. I already see this happening. I don't know how
I don't
much
think it's in the news media like Facebook.
Facebook is
declining.
going by the wayside. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, I don't even go on Facebook anymore. I just Instagram, or I just do this or that. And it's like, Facebook has become just this clutter fest.
Yeah. And I just don't know if they have enough to keep them going. So, I mean, again, I don't think they're going to die as a company, but I feel like they're not. The growth isn't going to be there. The usership is going to start to slip. It's like people are. Because I don't think the youngins are kind of like excited about Facebook. I'll tell you this. No. I have a 9-year-old, and she's more excited about survival craft than she is about Facebook. Like to her at this point, when she's at the point where she's actually on a computer and doing this stuff, that's gonna be the place her mother post pictures. Like that's what she sees it as now.
Right.
It's not a cool, fun place. It's a place where her mom posts all those stupid pictures of her.
Right.
So,
well, even my sister, who is in her mid-20s, there's no Facebook for her.
Really?
No. It's all Instagram.
Right. And then, for an example, your mother uses Facebook Messenger as a way to communicate with you.
Yep.
So you can see where it's going. And I don't know. It's funny because my use of Facebook, I've said this for years, is kind of dwindled and more dwindled. I miss it when people say, "Oh, you didn't see that this and this happened to that person," like the big life events, because I'm not paying attention to Facebook. But
great for birthdays still.
Yeah, I actually don't like it for birthdays.
I love it for birthdays.
If I know you well enough to know your birthday, I text you.
No, I love it to like tell me it's someone's birthday, and then if I care enough, I'll throw that in my calendar, and then I text.
You can just subscribe to it on your calendar. You literally can just subscribe to the Facebook events calendar, and that's in your calendar. Yeah. All right.
What's your next one?
Free stuff from Salesforce.
Like hats?
Yeah, swag. So I said the product mix of Salesforce just keeps growing, and so does the ping. But like years past, they learn from their mistakes, lack of sales, and start to bake in more and more products into the core licenses. Next year, I guess this year, expect to see Work.com, Pardot, and ExactTarget all get new features, highly integrated, included in the base price of the license.
You know what's interesting is I know when you wrote this. You wrote this in early December.
Early December.
And you did publish it after the Spring 15 pre-release notes came out.
But I haven't read them yet.
Well,
so have I already gotten one right?
Work.com is slowly but surely making its way right in the Sales Cloud product.
There you
go.
go.
There's already more pieces of Work.com than just thanks are now being baked into the product free.
Right.
So that's already starting to happen with Work.com.
It's really not a fair prediction because it's literally what they've done with every single product they've ever bought. They buy it, they try to charge for it, and then they eventually bake it in, and then they leave something above it. Ideas, content, mobile, I can go on and on.
Well, even like knowledge now.
Right. Well, now
the publisher versus everyone
right.
else who can see it.
The one I should have predicted was the site publisher and site stuff. I feel like that's going to go free this year. I just don't see people are paying the money for that thing. And again, it's
used for communities. So
the big model is this: you buy. People who really want something will pay more for it, and then after everybody who's going to pay for it has paid for it, then they stop paying for it.
What's
and then
your
they
confidence
make it free.
On this?
6.
So you have a 7 and a 6.
Yeah, I don't think don't pay too much attention to my confidence points.
Well, that's a good thing you're putting them down there. Then.
Well, because I think you told me a couple years ago. Why don't you tell us how confident you are with these?
Oh, good.
All right, next up, you can read.
All right, Apple TV dominance.
Yes.
So I know people have been predicting the coming of an Apple TV for years, but I'm putting it squarely in 2015. Not only will they release a new, very updated and massive shift in strategy for the Apple TV, but it'll blow the doors off everything out there and will be an immediate success. It will skyrocket the share price to over $200 and will usher in the end of cable as we know it. Okay.
So CES has a nice announcement we'll talk about next week.
Yeah.
But one of the things is Slingbox is now has a service called Sling TV. It's a subscription service. It's $20 a month and includes cable. It's like a cable subscription service. So it's ESPNs, it's all that stuff. So for all the cord cutters out there, this is kind of getting into the big news category. It's like, oh, I now can sling.
So I don't need a Sling box?
Don't think you need the box.
But what do I get with it?
I think it's like 20 channels or so. But it's basically for the people who would never give up because of sports, right? Because they need to have
They still
ESPN.
get some live TV there.
Well, yeah, because you can't. Right. You need sports, and you need. So this is their thing. So I haven't read a lot about it, but we can talk about that next week. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy on the Apple thing. Or
you are.
Yeah, but that's a 4. Confidence.
This next one, I think you predict this almost every year.
No, not this one. I didn't predict it last year.
Really?
I think maybe a couple of years ago. Well, if you keep predicting, eventually.
You know what? I think you predicted Google is going to buy Salesforce one year.
I think I did that many years ago.
That was a long time ago.
And these are WAGs.
Well, this is,
these are WAGs.
Confidence level 3.
Yes. So I said Google enters CRM market. So there's too much money on the table for Google wants to start to be a part of it, so they'll release a brand new CRM product built into their apps, and we start of a big push into the market. It will leave the basic CRM things it will have the basic CRM things to start, but it'll Googlefy it with all tight integration with Gmail, Drive, Docs, which will be differentiate themselves with Salesforce. It almost just makes too much sense.
Why hasn't Google just bought like Zoho?
Right. I don't know. Because they probably feel like they can build it.
To me.
I just feel like it just makes too much sense. The market's huge. It's tons of money. They're already in the small business space. They already do apps. I guess they have their app exchange, right? They have their Google Play, whatever, and I think some of those have some CRM aspects to them. I certainly don't hear them like competing, but man, would that make a big of a splash if they said, you know what? No, we're really getting into CRM, and it's gonna be part of that business app thing that you purchase from us,
right?
And it's free, and for a lot of people, they might be like, ooh, I like free, and it comes with Drive, it comes with Google, it comes with Gmail. I think it could be tightly integrated with Gmail, which if I were Google is where I would fight it, right? If I'm going to fight Salesforce's integration with email, the connection between email and CRM is not not direct.
And don't forget the tight integration with Google Plus.
No, I will forget that.
Don't forget the social power.
No, that we'll all forget
okay.
that. I could have put
Google
push-
Buzz. Come on.
Love Google Buzz.
Picasa, anyone?
And then last one.
This is the longest shot.
It's the longest shot.
Global warming solved.
Yeah.
Mic drop, done.
Yeah.
Al Gore, global warming, Dreamforce, solved.
Yeah, I said didn't mean solved as in fix, but I think next year there's some scientific breakthrough that can reverse the damage.
Big data science.
Yeah, I called it Kickstarter for the planet.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good, right?
For the planet. I like it.
And it'll be based on power, and it'll be based on the power of cloud computing.
Yeah. Eco-friendly cloud computing.
There you go. So that's what I put. So you don't have to go and read it, but it's at blog.arkusinc.com if you want to. All right, so next week we will dive into Spring 15. I promise to have the release notes read. Where are we at the release notes? Are they the pre-release notes? Are they the real ones?
Still pre-release.
Okay, so I usually read them at the pre-release. We'll also cover some CES stuff. So we'll come back. Maybe we'll each have a couple things we want to talk about that we heard were released. So you'll have to actually do some reading. Power up your Zeit. But now, let's get into our CloudFocus app pick of the week.
Yes.
This is funny, and you got to tell the story behind this.
I do.
This is the most personal episode of CloudFocus
It
Weekly.
is. So, I'm sitting in your apartment.
This is an odd story.
Yeah. Sitting in your apartment this past weekend watching football.
Was I there?
You were there.
Okay, good.
And
It'd
your
be creepy
daughter
if you weren't there.
Your daughter is sitting
no,
on
it is
the
creepy.
couch. And I think maybe your wife said, "Why don't you play this game with Justin?"
I think my wife was gone at that point, but whatever.
I think it was her who suggested that we
okay.
look at it. So it's this game called Akinator the Genie.
Right.
Do you have it on your iPad?
I do not. I could download it right now if you want.
Can you download it? It's $1.99.
Oh, is it? I have to pay for it? It's fine.
You already have it. Can't you just download it?
It was Akinator and
other-
Akinator free.
Oh, maybe just grab the free. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
Because I wanted to kind of do one. That's why I was going to bring my iPad, but I forgot my iPad.
Oh, wait, there's
today.
two. Okay, I'm going to get the one that has the 904 stars
Yeah,
versus the one that has
probably
2
one.
stars.
So let me explain it, and then once
Sure.
you get it, we'll actually play one. So it's $1.99. It's from a company called Eloquence.
Yep.
And basically what it does is it walks you through a series of questions. Basically, I think you have 5 answers that you could potentially answer. Yes, no, probably not, or don't know.
Right.
And as you and you tell it before you start that it's a famous character from your world, which I don't understand what that checkbox does, but I just keep it checked.
As opposed to another world?
Some other world, Akinator's world. Anyway, so it walks you through these series of questions like, is your character a man? Is your character a famous character on television? Is your character a real person?
Right.
Is your character an NFL player? Is your character, and then once it starts to understand like a little bit more, and I want to do this with Mark Benioff. I want to see if it can get Mark Benioff.
Okay, so let's do it.
All right, so let's do it. We're gonna you pick a person, and I just picked Mark
Right.
Benioff.
And the thing is
And
that
it
this
starts
thing,
asking
without
questions.
actually ask questions, and then it will figure it out.
Eventually, it'll say, "Is your person
And
Mark Benioff?"
and it
it's
brings a picture.
incredibly accurate.
So let's see how many goes. All right.
Okay,
Here we go.
You
Let's
ask
go.
the questions, I'll answer them.
Yes. Okay.
Remember, we're going for Mark Benioff.
All right.
here.
Is your character real?
Yes.
All right. I'll answer in advance of you. Is your character an adult male?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Mark Benioff. It already found
No,
me. Just kidding.
stop.
All right. All right. Is your character black?
No.
I'm going to go with no. Don't know would be funny. Does your character play in movies?
No.
No. Oh, he's thinking now. So it's all animated too. There. Is your character more than 40 years old?
Yes.
Yes. So it should be answers that you should know. Is your character dead?
No.
Should we check the news?
No.
Okay. All right. No. And it keeps asking, is your character linked with sports?
No.
I'm going to say no. I mean, he likes his Fitbit. Is your character recorded any albums?
No.
Now, the genie picture is getting frustrated.
Right.
Is your character on a popular TV show?
No.
See, he's getting really frustrated.
Getting pissed because
Is your character politician? No.
Although he probably wants to be.
Right. Now we're at question 11. Does your character personally know you? He kind of actually does.
Now you're gonna
But let's say no. That's not fair.
He doesn't.
Because it's not right. Is your character rich?
Yes.
Now it's a judgment call, but I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to go ahead and
All
say
right,
yes.
Oh, now he's getting less frustrated. Well, he's very frustrated. Does your character work with computers?
Yes.
I think we have to say yes to that. And you can actually tell where he's going. Is your character linked to Microsoft?
No.
Because we're not talking Bill Gates. That's what he was thinking.
That's where he was going.
Is your character linked with video games? No.
No.
Is your character handicapped?
No.
I mean, he's big.
He's a big dude.
Is your character linked with apples?
Nope.
No, he's getting really
Oh,
frustrated.
didn't he work at Apple, though?
Is your character associated with technology?
Yes.
Yes. Is your character linked to a form of transportation?
No. A lot
Question
of questions.
19, I know. Is your character live in California? No.
I think he lives in Hawaii, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Say no.
I'm going to say no. They're not going to like this. I think is your character an American? Yes.
We didn't break it. He'll get Mark Benny off.
No, I don't think so. Is your
I
character
think
the
he
boss of an important company?
Yes.
Here he goes. Now he's going to get in there. Yes. He's getting in there. Does your character have a bald head?
Yes,
No,
I think.
no, he does not.
He's
He's
getting
getting there. Does your character
Is
go
there
to
an
Texas?
answer getting
No.
there?
No. Does your character have trouble with the law? No.
No.
It's getting
Who
terrible.
does it think it is?
Oh, wait.
What's happening?
He missed it. Dean
He did
Keenan.
missed it.
Yeah.
So he says he thinks of.
I think of Dean Cameron. We
so
say no.
Say no. It's not that person.
We could do this
Gotta
forever.
get Mark Benny off though.
Does your character owe his fame to computing? Yes. Let's keep going. Oh, my God.
Gotta keep going.
Is your character currently more than 50? No, he just...
I'm gonna Google that.
Yeah, Google that. Quickly.
I'm getting there. Hold on.
I think he's turning 50 or just turned 50.
Let's go to the Wikipedia. He was born in 1964.
Oh, so yes.
September of 1964. So yes, he's 50.
Yes. Does your character wear glasses?
Sometimes.
I'm going to say don't know, because I don't know if he wears glasses all the time. Does your character have a beard?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. Does your character have long hair? Not really long.
I would say yes, though.
Really?
It's kind of long in the back.
Is it got a party
Got a
going
party
on?
in the back.
All right, we'll say yes. Is your character expert in computer science? Sure.
Yeah.
Don't think that's actually him. Does your character use Linux? No, it's not Linux Tripled. Is your character fat? Oh, gosh, it's terrible.
Oh,
no.
We did just say he was big.
I'm going to say...
Say probably.
And that's when we got kicked out. Has your character ever been very rich? Yes. Mark, I'm sorry about this.
And Arkus
Does
is
your
no
character
longer a
link with-
Salesforce partner.
Revoked. Does your character have something to sell? Yes. Is your character the head of a multinational company? Yes.
Come on.
Does
Come
your
on,
character
Akinator.
play games? No.
Come on, Akinator.
This is the worst pick ever.
Oh.
Is your character slightly overweight? I'm not going to answer. Is your character wealthy? Yes. Is your character popular in the 90s? No.
Come on.
Is your character someone's pet? No.
Come on, Akinator.
So, by the way,
Let's go.
does your character a part of a group of 3? No. Is your character actually a duck? No.
A duck. Scrooge McDuck?
Is your character wanted by authorities? No.
Man.
Does your character like to beat people up? No.
We have
broken
we
it.
broke Akinator. We
Wear
couldn't even do
fedora.
this the other day. No.
No, it was doing very well. Unusual roadside display? No.
Wow, we broke it.
Is your character an outcast? No.
We totally broke Akinator.
We did. We broke Akinator. Make hilarious puns? No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's 50 questions. We broke Akinator.
We broke Akinator.
Now he's thinking of, he gets it at the
Oh,
end.
wow, he
At
did.
the
He
very
got it.
end.
I
Mark
think of
Benioff,
Mark
CEO of
Benioff.
Salesforce.
How did he do that? That's
Wow.
impressive. He actually got it.
But that was
It took 50 questions, but it actually
Character
got
already
there.
had 96 played.
That's why, because only 96 people have ever even tried to do that.
He got it, though.
But it did get Mark Benioff.
Yeah.
How impressive is that? Anyway, it's a fun little game.
That was the
we
longest
just did
pick
it
of
for
the
like
week.
10 minutes.
That was pick of the year.
So that's a fun little game. We were doing it with like famous actors and musicians
Sports
and
sports
players on football teams and baseball teams. And I mean, like, it gets really famous people very, very fast.
So we think I'm pretty sure it's using Google in the background.
Google
and it's basically
Wikipedia
and it's putting together
like
queries. Right. It's putting together queries, and each one of your
It's
questions is
smart.
adding a plus or includes to the query.
Yeah, it's very smart.
All right.
Very cool.
Cool. Well, mine is.
Let me spell it for people because
Okay.
it's tough. AKINATOR. If you search for that, it's on Android and
there's tons
iOS.
of them, and there's a lot of knockoffs. So make sure you get the right one.
Look for the one from Elokens.
Yes, because there's literally tons. I searched and there's like
It's like a fun little game.
yeah, but it looks like there's lots of.
I'm gonna play a little.
No, you're not.
While you're doing your pick, I'm
No,
gonna play and
no.
search for Jason Atwood
No.
and see how many questions I need to
Do you
answer.
personally know him? No.
Is he fat? Yes.
Oh, terrible.
Is he bald? Yes.
Yes, definitely bald. Getting there.
Getting there. What does it look like when you actually get there?
Oh, there'll be no hair. There's
Oh
hair
my God.
Here. It's not a lot.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a lot.
That's hanging on a very thin thread.
Really? This is where this podcast is going?
I think you made fun of my 6-month-old marriage about 25 minutes ago.
That's true, because, nights are boring. Nights are
the
boring.
worst podcast we've ever done.
Nights are boring. Write your complaints to podcast@arkusinc.com.
Oh man, this is if you really enjoyed this one.
Oh, we can do these
We can
again.
just do
this
this
is
all
not
day
even
long.
with alcohol. All right, so my pick is something. It's a Kickstarter. I'm a huge fan
Oh,
of Kickstarter.
you love the
I am
Kickstarter.
Kickstartered it up. This Kickstarter I've actually had and been using for over a month. So it was called, and now you can actually buy the thing, but it's called EcoCube, the desktop ecosystem that grows flowers and herbs. So what it is basically a self-contained unit that has, it's like a fish tank, and then the fish tank also has a filter on top. But then the filter is not a filter; it's a here, I'll put the picture of it if you
throw a picture up.
Not the
there for me.
picture. I'll show the. Here's the link, and don't play the video. It's like a cube, and there's a fish tank, and then on top of it is a filter, and then there's a
I've
big
seen it. I don't
LED
need to see a picture.
there's
of
an
it,
LED
whatever.
light on top of it that grows a plant. The idea is that the plant, the water from the fish tank goes through the plant. The plant uses the nutrients, aka fish poop, to grow, and then cleans the water, and it goes back into the water. So it's like a self-contained system. You don't have a filter. Basically, it's a fish tank without a filter because the plant acts as the filter. It's pretty cool. I have 7 fish in it, 3 snails, and I'm growing basil. It has this cool LED light on the top
Basil, huh?
that you can set to lightning storm or different colors, but you can also just set it. My favorite setting is cloudy, and what it does is the LED lights kind of go in and out like it's a cloudy day. Kind of fun. So that's how this is cloudy, a cloud pick.
Sure. Whatever you need to tell yourself.
It is really neat. Anyway, I funded it a long time ago. So here I just got this in December. It was successfully funded January 12th, 2014. So I got it. It was 11 months. Although I've seen ones take longer. We have a couple coming that have even taken longer. I have one called Parrot, and I have another one. We have that one called Sense. Both have taken.
Sense is coming. Got an email the other day.
Yeah, I got an email too, but those are taking a long time. Anyway, so very, very cool thing. I put it in my den at home. I sit there. I really like it. My basil is growing at this point, so when I get it full up, I'll post a picture. I'll tweet a picture when I have the basil really cooking there. But it's really neat. It's a nice looking tank too, and it's small and contained. So it's EcoCube or EcoCube, EcoQube, by Aqua Design Innovations, and you can now buy it from them. I don't know how much it actually costs. I think I pledged $118. I think they sell them for like $200 or $250 now. They're not cheap. or I guess for a fish tank, a self-contained fish tank. So that's my pick. Enjoy that. All right, well, we talked about what will be next week. We'll come back with more personal stories from the adventures of J&J. But you can follow us on Twitter, Just Elstein, at Jason M. Atwood, at Arkus Inc., Facebook.com/Arkus Inc., Success Community Group. We have our own group there. So go in there, join the group. We post everything in there. LinkedIn, Google+, and so you can subscribe to the podcast in iTunes or in Stitcher or on many apps. If you're listening to this but you haven't seen apps or haven't seen podcasts since around 197, that is because you're on the old feed that we just retired because we moved to a new provider. So resubscribe and wherever, and you should be up to date with 203, which is this episode. Till then, we'll be back, Justin and Jason, saying enjoy those cloudy days.